morning, good afternoon, good evening. Audio should be perfect now. I've had time to customize it. We are going to be starting in just a second. Sorry, I refreshed the thing on accident so it shows 3 minutes. I got one last thing I gotta do. I accidentally refreshed so it's gonna show that right now. Okay. Alright, audio is perfect. I want to test out the audio before we actually start. Okay, make sure I don't have tornado warning yet, because we don't have a tornado warning. Alright, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I start this out as a video as always. Currently we are in a slight risk of severe weather. I actually fixed the thing that shows the risks. I had something else in play, because usually here lately when we've been streaming, it's been more kind of, you don't realize it until, oh no, we're live kind of thing, so. Here we are with 2 severe thunderstorm warnings active right now. One going through Shreveport. Let me mute my phone really quickly. I was intending to be live at 4 p.m., but some stuff happened, and we were only able to go live right about now. Alright, let's go ahead and start off by showing the risks here. Brought to you by the WeatherWise app. Thank you for that. We also have this severe thunderstorm warning, which we'll take a look at in just a minute from a different radar. I want to show the risk really quickly. Your slight risk extends from about College Station to Meridian, Mississippi, and from Beaumont to Vivian or El Dorado, Arkansas. This does include cities such as Alexandria, Lake Charles, Beaumont, Kingwood, North Cleveland, College Station, Tyler, Longview, Palestine, Jacksonville, Henderson, Shreveport, Monroe, Bastrop, Jackson, Forest, Hattiesburg, Laurel, Macomb, Jackson, Natchez, Joseph, Nacogdoches, and Nacogdoches, both Arkansas and Texas, with a tornado risk here in the 5% tornado risk, which is why we're live right now. Also, tomorrow we have a 5% tornado risk. I don't know if we're going to be live for that. I may be a little busy. Alright, that's perfect. Sorry, I had to move that. I did turn it. Okay, yeah. And let's go to your wind outlook. This goes from pretty much Palestine to Meridian. And your hail outlook here goes from Sugar Land to Vivian. Tomorrow, have another slight risk with a 5% tornado outlook. Your wind outlook is 5 and your hail outlook is 5. So this is a tornado-driven slight risk from Hattiesburg, Mississippi on to Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Montgomery, Alexander City, Jacksonville, Oxford, Talladega, Springdale, Onetta, Alabaster, Utah, Alabama. Alright. We go south here. We're tracking this storm. It does have some weak rotation, nothing too strong. I am going to have to open up a new radar, so give me 1 second. I wasn't anticipating on opening it this early in the stream. But we do have some broad rotation going on. Shreveport down to Capo. Watching this cell here, we do have, it's of course a Kelly Rose stream. When I forget the drawing tool, So I'm going to bring that up just really quickly. We do have a tornado possible with this severe thunderstorm warning here. Perfect. We're looking at some rotation right. Excuse me. We're looking at some rotation right here, just to the west of Nacogdoches. If this continues to strengthen, we may see a tornado warning for it. Right now, I have low confidence in that as of this time, but we are tracking this really closely. Echo tops have it about 44,000 or 45,000 feet. No debris signature, and we're gonna switch to CAPO to show a better view of it. We're gonna have to have this CAPO radar open anyways. You can see, even on CAPO, we're looking at about 10,000 feet. We still have that rotation just to the west of Nacogdoches. So we're probably seeing the rotation. With it being right here, we're probably seeing it about right here, because as the higher you get up, sometimes your storm can be tilted just a little. And that's what I'm going to anticipate here. Of course, this is a radar hole. College Station, let me look. Is the College Station radar up? Because College Station, Texas A&M, I think. No, it's not. I'm trying to see if we have any radars in this area. So excuse me that I'm on my phone. I'm trying to see if we have any radars I can pull up. No, we don't. That's not good. Okay, so this is a radar hole. Let's switch back to the Shreveport radar here. We are tracking the severe thunderstorm warning as it goes through portions of Caddo, Harrison, and Panola in Bossier County, counties and parishes. This does not have a tornado possible tag, but we do have inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Small hail, specifically. And this is going to be mostly a wind threat here. And we still have that rotation on this cell, which has currently a tornado possible tag with that warning. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. That tornado watch does go until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. However, I do expect that to be extended. There is a mesoscale discussion on this. I'm going to take a look at that here really quickly. Then we'll go through mesoanalysis to kind of see where I'm thinking. This is the SPC's thoughts here. And I agree with this. This is the primary corridor of severe potential. With the tornado peak intensity the way it is. New tornado watch likely warranted by 01Z. So we are currently at 12:28 AM. Zulu is universal time coordinated. So Central time is 6 hours behind. Eastern is 5 hours behind. Over the last hour or so, convection has generally increased, which is true. Large-scale support will spread downstream this evening. Shear profiles remain supportive of supercells, and adequate surface-based case exists across the region for robust updrafts and possible tornadoes. And so, my forecast, I'm going to show my forecast real quickly, because yes, I do forecast. It's just whenever I have a chance to forecast. I hope this is the one up to date. Yes, it is. Alright, so this is my outlook here. This is where I think your best chance of a tornado happening is. As you can see, this is made by me. we can see from Nacogdoches to Jackson, Mississippi is where I have the primary threat for tornado here. I did think yesterday with how model runs were yesterday that there was a significant tornado threat. However, I've kind of lost my confidence in that significant tornado threat. So I downgraded it to just a slight risk. You guys can find that on Facebook and Instagram. Sometimes I'll post them on Twitter. When I have the chance, I'll post them on Twitter. Thankfully, as of now, though, we haven't seen any tornado warnings. We just have these 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in place. Sorry, I'm changing my music. We're in a radar loop hole here, but we still see that rotation about 5,000 feet up. So, with the convection out in front of it, I don't know if we're going to see a tornado warning on it, but this is an area that we're watching really closely here, just to the west of Nacogdoches in Texas. We're also watching this severe thunderstorm warning here in the Blanchard, Shreveport, Greenwood, and Forbing areas, currently for 60-mile-per-hour winds and small hail. I wonder if that's changed. Yeah, small hail. Your hail would be falling right now along 169, I'm pretty sure. Right there. I can't see the highway. So it technically doesn't show up on this radar that I'm using, but it's one of the better radars I've owned. So we're watching these 2 areas right now. I'm going to switch over to my Houston radar. I show off this storm. It's weakened quite a bit. I'm also watching this here. This is heading up towards Houston. Watching that for some large hail right as of now. Right now, I do expect your tornado threat to be that area there as of now. Just so you guys are aware. We do have radar estimating here about 0.85 inch hail per radar measurements. Per radar, anyways. Watching this cell really closely. We also haven't had an update, and I feel like it's been a little too long, so I'm going to see if the radar's down or something. Or the server may be overloaded. That's what I'm starting to think here. Oh, 1 second, guys. We're gonna lose radar data just for a second. I'm going to see if the server is down, which we are using. There we go. There's the update I was looking for. Pretty sure. So I run on a public server, so there's a lot of people that use it. And I'm pretty sure that it's overloaded right now. It's still got some broad rotation in it, but I'm starting to see some rotation just south of 7 or Texas State Highway 7 and just southwest of Nacogdoches. Not a lot of hail being estimated by radar here. You have a lot of high ZDR in these storms, which the lower the ZDR usually can mean hail. Not always, but I've seen that. Sorry, I'm dealing with allergies right now. I just got done drinking that Dr. Pepper. We do have a flash flood report from 3 minutes ago. Extremely heavy, blinding rainfall. Roads are immediately flooding. Drivers are almost coming to a standstill. That is per CJ Seigler. Alright. Yeah, Ziegler. Okay, radar updated, which is really good. There's your rotation right there. Definitely receiving the updates a little later than I would like. They did cancel that severe thunderstorm warning for Shreveport. I'm going to take a look at the wording. The storms which prompted the warning have weakened below severe limits and no longer... Okay, there we go. They have prompted the warning, have weakened below severe limits, and no longer pose an immediate threat to life or property. Therefore, the warning has been canceled. However, small hail and heavy rain are still possible. I do believe... Technically, on this radar, these special weather statements are place files, so they don't update as often as I would love. They don't even have a special weather statement, and we do have a new tornado watch. So let's go ahead and show this. We do have a new tornado watch active. So I'm going to show this off just really quickly. Give me 1 second, guys, while I load it. Excuse me. Here we go. This is your tornado watch. This now goes until 1 a.m. For a couple tornadoes possible. Isolated hail up to ping pong ball size sound, scattered wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. This goes from Lake Jackson, Texas City, Conroe, Lufkin, Silsbee, Port Arthur, DeRidder, Natchitoches, and Alexandria. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm sorry. And Kilgore, Texas. So that is your new tornado watch. I do want to take a look at it through the SPC. We're going to go over SPC mesoanalysis in just a minute. I'm just wanting probabilities. Okay, they went 40-20. Okay, so they did go 40-20 on your tornado watch. Now we're going to take a look at mesoanalysis in just a minute. Okay, here we go. Mesoanalysis. This kind of tells me what we're looking at here. This is... So, with this here, your best environment for tornadoes are currently right here. This is expected to later be in this area here. That's what it will lift into that area here soon. You've got a lot of surface vorticity. So your blue lines, like these, are your surface vorticity, and your red lines are your 3 cape. 3 cape is 0 to 3 kilometer cape. Gives us an estimate. Usually over 25, you can see surface-based storms, which surface-based is usually preferred for tornadoes. So the more value you see in there, the more likely it's going to be. Storms could be surface-based. There's a lot of factors into it. And I want to take a look here at SQTs. Take a SQT about right here. So we have sufficient wind shear. This is per wrap sounding. 0Z wrap sounding. 23Z, excuse me. So we have sufficient low level shear. I apparently can't draw a straight line. And we have a fat cape. I must, yeah, about 1800 cape. D cape is downdraft cape. We're at 376. Your downdrafts aren't going to be as strong. If we were going to see that number be a lot higher, your tornado threat would be lower. So, if you can have a storm out in front, you could have a higher tornado threat. I will just say that. So we only have a flash flood warning and a severe thunderstorm warning active. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Allergies suck. Let's go back down to our Houston radar. We're watching this storm here for some possibility of hail. And this storm here for some hail. Pretty sure this storm is hail. Wind gusts up to 40.5 inch hail. Yeah. That's what I thought. Alright, let's go back to Shreveport radar. Quarter-sized hail with this cell here. The severe thunderstorm warning does expire in 3 minutes, however, which is really good news. We do have some radar estimates of possibly some 55 mile per hour winds. So with how high we are off the radar, we have to translate that to the ground. Usually about 63 that high up is probably around 52, 53 mile per hour. So I do expect a special weather statement to be issued for this cell here. I'm also pretty sure we just got a new SPC outlook. Yes, we did. They did expand that 2% tornado risk towards Edna and Lodiya, which would be, let me show you guys here in just a second. Oh, that's the wrong radar. This one. It would be for this cell here. There are concerns that this, as it comes closer to the better environment, that it could produce a tornado. And they did move that 5% south just a smidge towards the Houston area. Houston Metro. Let's see what else they've done. They have really condensed that hail threat to be from Monroe, D-Ritter to Beaumont. That would be your 15. When it updates on the SPC site, I'll show it to you guys. They will keep this a slight risk today. Okay, while we are in this, we're gonna wait and see what they do to this severe thunderstorm warning. While they do that, I need to edit something really quickly. So I'm going to do this off screen, so I'm not going to be able to see chat for a minute. Give me 1 second, because I need to do this. I need to do this. They will drop that severe thunderstorm warning. Second, I'm editing here. Okay, perfect. I have updated my risk level myself, because I do agree with that. Mesoanalysis supports it. Alright, so they did cancel that severe thunderstorm warning. We're going to switch back over to Shreveport. So right now we do not have any tornado warnings, but we do have tornado watches in effect. I'm having to do some editing here, so give me 1 second, guys. One second, guys, while I edit. We do have one flash flood warning, though. So I'm going to make sure that looks okay. So I'm having to do some stuff on my side screen, I'm sorry. Definitely updating right now some stuff. Okay. So we're currently looking at these storms over here. I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. I'm extending my outlook just a little bit south, so there's going to be a tweak there, but I don't exactly care. There you go. That's the special weather statement for this cell. They do show 50 mile per hour winds and pea-sized hail. So that cell definitely could see a new severe thunderstorm warning on that one in time. Okay, I only gotta do the hail now and I'll be done. Yeah, I said I wouldn't be surprised to see a severe thunderstorm warning for it, and there's your severe thunderstorm warning. What I am going to do, I am going to attempt something here. I haven't done this in a little bit. No, I'm just going to leave it. Sorry about that. Okay, perfect. I've got that done, so I'm sorry about having to look over at my side screen for a while and not really pay attention to this. We still have some mild rotation in it. It's definitely not what it was, and they still have that tornado possible tag on it. So that's your new severe thunderstorm warning. This does go until 7:30 p.m. for this area. I'm going to take a look here at these cells down here to make sure they're not rotating. $26,000 feet. 8,000. I'm gonna see if that radar is better really quickly before I switch this radar. Not exactly better, because once you get out of the special weather statement, you're closer than that. So we're going to keep it here. We do have radar estimating an inch of hail on that though, so there's a possibility that that does get severe warned. We're watching some broad rotation on this cell in the severe thunderstorm warning. I'm gonna turn that down because it is bright. So, all right. That's your broad rotation right here. This is just to the northwest of Nacogdoches and to the northeast of Nacogdoches and to the southeast of Appleby. That's where this broad area of rotation is right now. As it moves off towards Martinsville, Center, Newville, you guys need to go ahead and be indoors away from windows, as this severe thunderstorm could be packing up to 60 mile per hour winds. And small hail. Technically, they're not specifying, but I don't think we have much hail in this. This is good old severe thunderstorm warning. We do have a report from Oklahoma of a brief tornado earlier, a couple hours ago. So that is really cool in a way. The possibility of cold air funnels were there, and I personally agreed with that. The possibility of cold air funnels was real. Trying to see if we have any reports on this cell. Alright. I've been getting pinged on Twitter excessively. I'm trying to figure out why. It's about an incident today involving some storm chasers. No, there was not an accident, but there was some crimes committed. And I'm getting pinged because why? I don't know. I have no reason to get pinged. Well, it's more like more DMs than anything, but so this is your only severe thunderstorm warning. Broad rotation there. We do have wind speeds of possibly 60 mile per hour winds. Radar estimated at this time. Definitely have some good echo tops on it. I will say that firsthand. Alright, sorry, I was looking at Twitter because I've been getting DM'd like the last 10 minutes per so much. I'm trying to figure out why. And I know why, but it shouldn't involve me. Currently, this Victoria cell, I don't know what's happened to it. This one catches my eye for downstream tornado potential. When it gets closer to switch colors, as always, catches my eye that as it approaches this area here, we could see a tornado threat out of it. It's not set in stone, but to me, it personally, you have the better environment as you get into the Liberty area from about Houston onward. It's your better environment for these cells. We're watching this cell as well. It is severe warned for up to 60-mile-per-hour winds and some small hail with a tornado possible tag, which doesn't mean anything, to be honest, but it just says, hey, we're watching this for rotation. That's so when we say a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag, I'll explain it like this. I'm trying to explain this in a way that's easy to understand. We have rotation, but it's not enough to warrant a tornado warning. So you don't want the tornado warning yet, but it is starting to rotate. And you have other severe hazards. If not, they'll go special weather statement. Special weather statements have also been issued in Oklahoma with the cold air funnel thing, which it is supported in Oklahoma today. So we're watching this cell right here. It is the only severe warned cell at this time. The only severe warned cell. Rotation has died off, but you still have some right in this area. I'm also watching this cell up here. I'm starting to think it's intensifying to produce some hail. I'm starting to see that. A little intensification on that cell there. Let's go back to the Houston radar. Watching this here near Jersey Village as well. I wonder how it's progressed. It's starting to grow a little more. Hold on while I get a picture of this. Give me a second. Okay. Sorry about that. There's your severe thunderstorm warning. I was just talking about that as well. Just like 2-3 minutes ago. That's your hail right there. This does include Roman Village. 1-inch hail and less than 50-mile-per-hour winds. So, Moss Hill, Roman Village, Dayton Lakes, Roman Forest. This is your new severe thunderstorm warning, which I was just talking about, just like, I think 5 minutes ago. Okay, I don't know if you guys in the stream are on in my DMs. Please stop. I'm getting a lot of DMs on Twitter right now because of a situation involving storm chasers, and right now it does not concern me. I'll try to respond after the stream. Right now, I will take damage and hail photos, things like that. But right now, that instant, I really don't want in my DMs. Please. Okay, sorry. Alright, let's get back to this. We're watching this cell here. It's not really a hail cell. It's not really going to produce a lot of hail. You don't have the environment for hail at this specific spot. But it doesn't mean downstream it won't intensify. It just means right now that updraft really isn't strong. But we are seeing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts out of that cell. And if we go back to the south, this is a really strong, hail core here. That is a really strong hail core that I am looking at here. Ignore if you see flashing behind me. I have a storm chaser on in the background right now. I'm starting to think this hail core may be a little bit more significant than what is initially thought. Okay, this was updated 3 minutes ago, so we should have that update. So, trying to see if we have any hail reports from this, because this is a very, very a small cell that has a really big hail core in it. You can see where you're seeing that hail. Right in here, we do have a little bit of a lowered ZDR, but nothing too crazy, and there should be a lot of turbulence. Nah. Probably want to wait till it updates before I say that. So we're gonna wait on the... Okay. That should update soon. Yeah. Alright, let's go back up to that northern severe thunderstorm warning for Martinsville, Melrose. This is becoming more of a line. Watching these cells out in front of it, prefrontals are a thing we are watching really closely today. There's a big special weather statement on that. We'll take a look at it in just a minute. I'm going to zoom this in. We do have a flash flood warning for the Shreveport area at this time. This is until 10 p.m. Central? Yes, 10 p.m. Central. Let's go back to Houston radar here. They do have this cell here. For 40-mile-per-hour winds and half-inch hail. So here's your hail core. Maximum expected hail size is a little off right now, so excuse that. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see an upgrade to considerable severe thunderstorm warning at some point here in the next few minutes. I also wouldn't be surprised if this gets dropped here for Martinsville. I certainly would not be surprised if that got dropped to a regular special weather statement. There is a special weather statement on it, but there's also a severe thunderstorm. There's also a special weather statement as well, which is really good because I do expect them to drop this severe thunderstorm warning. Your echo tops are still spiked up pretty high, about 42,000 feet. Let's go back to Houston. We're going to switch radars often. See a very, very tight gradient. Very tight gradient here. From hail core to very little rain. A very tight gradient there. Very tight. So that's kind of impressive, though. Not gonna lie. That is mildly impressive to see. They still have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect up there. I do think it expires at 30. Yeah, both of these expire at 7:30. Oklahoma just producing some of the best structure I've seen today. Why does that not surprise me? Why does that not surprise me? There's a beautiful attempt. I'm going to take a look at it on Radar Omega really quickly, so I know if it's worth the show or not right now. It is called air funnels. It's not really exactly major tornadoes. Cold air funnels. Maybe a brief tornado there, but very unlikely. Alright, I'll be back in about a minute and a half. I gotta go use the restroom. Sorry about that. Had to use the restroom. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, yes we do. That's going to be on the southern flank of this. Southern side of this. Tomorrow possible. and 6 mile per hour winds. Cape Post should be easier to see this, right? 6,000 to 9,000. Well, definitely not. I am mildly surprised. Considering that fact, but okay. Switch to Shreveport then. Oh, it's at a lower tilt. That's why you're... Okay, it's at a lower tilt than that other one. That other one doesn't have a lower tilt. Yeah, okay, so because of that lower tilt, I'm going to take a look at this on radar scope as well. Yeah, looks messy. So let's go back to the southern severe thunderstorm warning. You do have a smaller hail core, so the hail core is weakening just a bit. As I say that, it kind of deepens. They do keep it at 1-inch hail, and apparently less than 50 mile per hour winds in this small cell. I would not be surprised. We're starting to see about 6 to... from about 7,100 to about 5,300. We're starting to see a hail core picking up from Danevang to Midfield. Now, I'm gonna have to refill my water in a little bit. Don't have my normal pitcher because my pitcher broke, so we're using a coffee pot for my water. Definitely not something we do every day. I should have a pitcher in like next week. But well, I'm watching these cells. These have been training for a little bit. I'm watching for the potential for some flash flooding about that area there. About that area there. I would not be surprised to see a flash flood warning in effect for some part of that. We've seen just a lot of rain in that area. This radar does not have the product, so that's why you're going to see me. If I'm looking at my phone, I'm usually looking at a radar product that is technically not available here. On, especially this area from like Full Shear to Jersey Village. That I'm looking at that for the potential of flash flooding. You guys can see the track of these storms. from about the past few. I'm trying to figure out what that. Oh, those were some training storms. So that's all your moisture being brought into the. So your storms down here are moisture being brought into that area there. Ignore the fact I cannot draw an arrow. Wow. My English teacher would kill me. Again, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pixels. From some very, very heavy rain to no rain at all. Or very, very light rain. That is impressive. Alright, let's go back to the Shreveport storms here. We also have a new special weather statement. As of 6:58, I definitely did not know this until just now. Wind gusts up to 40.5 inches, so I may have covered that, I don't know. Especially south from Shreveport south. We also have a new local storm report per law enforcement. Flooding reported at several locations in the city of Marshall along U.S. Highway 59. So we are watching that as well. That flooding threat, I do believe the Weather Prediction Center has a, is it weather prediction? Yes. Slight risk, yes. Okay. I'm starting to doubt my knowledge. Here's your slight risk. I agree with this. Though right now I'm starting to think this is your best chance for flooding right in here. That's what I think. We do see some rotation just to southwest of Melrose. Southwest of Melrose. So that is something to keep in mind. Let's go back to the Houston radar. I want to take a look at this cell. It's starting to become visible to radar about 65,000 feet right now in about the center of it. We do see a hail core in this from Dangvane to Midlife. Okay, so this radar is up to date. Alright. We still have a really tight hail core between Texas 321, Texas State Highway 321, and Plum Grove. Do not park over underpasses. Do not park under overpasses. That is the most dangerous thing you can do. If it puts you at risk and it puts others at risk. I can say as a storm chaser, the times I've had this happen, I've always seen a near accident. Every single time I've seen a near accident happen. You're stopping on the side of the road in potentially blinding rain. You have someone just cross that white line just a little, it's an accident. That's why, and it is a wind tunnel, so it will accelerate that wind even more. We stress that during tornado warnings. And I'm going to stress it here with this storm as well. I don't know if there's any overpasses in this area, but please keep that in mind. It's really dangerous. It also blocks the road. I know a lot of people who would just stop in the middle of the road. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning, and that is for the Bay City cell, which I have been talking about for a while. They will go 1-inch hail and 60 mile per hour winds, so quarter-size hail and 60 mile per hour winds. We were just talking about that cell as well. And as we get closer to the radar, we'll see it a lot better. Alright, let's go back up to the Shreveport radar to check on these severe thunderstorm warnings up here. We're still about 4,000 to 5,000 feet from the warnings. There is a radar hole here that needs to be addressed at some point. Put a radar somewhere here um, in central Cherokee County, or even up here towards Anderson and Freestone. That would do really good there too. Um, we need a radar somewhere in that area, preferably down here, so it'll cover most of that. Sorry, we do have a radar up here in Durant, but I don't have access to it. I've tried, but they won't give me access. So we're tracking this cell in Martinsville right now, as well, and to near Lufkin for the potential of 60-mile-per-hour winds. Your hail threat in this is really, really low at this time. But it is still something to be watching relatively closely. As we get into this area, I do think your hail threat kind of dies off. And a wind threat takes over most of this. Which right now it's mostly wind at this point. Let's go back to the Houston radar. We're seeing a really good hail core in this. On this one, your hail core has died significantly from what it first was. Your storm is shrinking, not strengthening, as well. So I do expect this severe thunderstorm warning to be canceled. Let's go back to this radar. I'm going to take a look up here. We do have some major flooding potential here in Shreveport. We do have a lot of training storms. After these storms pass you, I'm going to go to the WeatherWise app just a second so I can show this a lot easier. No. Sorry. Sorry about that. There's your flash flood warning from Carthage, Dewberry. Alright. I hope this is stable for you guys. Once this line passes you, you're fine. You will be out of the severe weather threat today. I just wanted to show that off to you guys. That way you guys know. They will cancel that northern severe thunderstorm warning because of the expiration time. And on this cell as well. I do not expect them to reissue for this one. However, I do expect a special weather statement just because how the hail core is now falling. So I'm trying to see if they are going to issue for that. I don't think they are at this time. But I do think they do if it doesn't die. It's really just dying off, so... I'm going to check Twitter, see if we have any images of hail in that. It'd be kind of good if we can get some hail from it. Hail pictures. I want to point out the tornado in Oklahoma, near Carmen, Oklahoma at around 2:45. It's really beautiful. I reposted it on Twitter. You guys go check it out. I am surprised it was that beautiful. If I had known that, I'd probably be chasing today. Okay, I see what that is now. Yeah, there are no hail pictures from it, unfortunately. We're starting to see some rotation tighten up on this as we do get closer to radar, though. That's likely. Also watching this out here. We're entering the windbag part of this event. They have not issued a special weather statement on that, but there is a new special weather statement. For that area there, or a very close resemblance of what the special weather statement looks like. It should update in GR2 Analyst in just a minute. Again, it's a place file. So because it's a place file, it doesn't update as it's not updating as often as if you had it in a regular state, like the severe thunderstorm warnings. Severe thunderstorm warnings come through instantly, or almost instantly. You may have like a 10-second delay or whatever. They're starting to see that hail core come up on this. We're seeing more storms to the south of it, though, as well. Excuse me. Definitely some moderate rain in the south. Right, as of now. So, okay. Okay, I have that situated. That should pop up in a second. There's your... There it is. Said it'd pop up in a second now. I guess I did a good job in identifying it. And kind of showing how it looked. It does encase the severe thunderstorm warning, though. Lufkin, you guys should be fine. This severe thunderstorm warning is for winds, not hail. It's a really good thing. This one is for wind and hail. I have never noticed this. Does Shreveport do this too? I didn't know this until just now. Of course, I wasn't home when the tornado went through this area. I was not home at that time. I was working on a friend's vehicle. I didn't know that the National Weather Service, Houston, shows the meteorologist who issued the warning. I did not know that. That's kind of cool. And it can be useful sometimes. I legit might buy Houston National Weather Service a pizza tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna have to at some point. Yes, you can do that. I was surprised when I found out I could do that. That's kind of cool to do. So they have a new severe thunderstorm warning here. Still keeping the tornado possible tag, but it did increase that hail to 1 inch, which is surprising to me because I'm just not seeing it unless they're doing it off of this radar. make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. So you're going to see that. Yeah, you guys don't see that often. Because I can control everything without that, and it just makes life easier. Alright. Let's go to Shreveport. Shreveport's just a lot better. You have some broad rotation right here. And you may be saying, I don't see any reds there. I don't exactly understand how this works. But I can easily spot when it's rotation, even if there's not two different colors. I don't exactly know the science behind that one. I have to do some research on that. But you have the brighter colors here. So you have your brighter greens against the darker greens. You usually have some spin there. It's more usually when you see higher elevations or extreme low elevations that you see that type of thing happen. This cell still has a really good, really good hail core in it. Dang Vang to midfield. You guys are fine now. Along Texas State Highway 71. 77's somewhere else right here. 77. A lot of 77s in this. Let's go back to Shreveport. We're starting to see a hail core or a heavy rain core in this. I'm not sure which one yet. I'm going to have to wait a few more scans to know exactly what type of core we're dealing with on this portion of the cell. Alright, I'm going to check X again, see if we have anything new. And see if I may be able to get permission to use footage. That's not weather, but... And that person was a teacher? Oh, that was, Alright, let's get back to weather. Wow. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't really see many tornadoes today. Alright, I do not see anything. I'm only seeing the storm from the southern portion from way earlier today. Oh, that's the only thing I'm seeing. We do have a considerable flash flood warning. That's what I was starting to expect on this cell. Did they? Yeah, they, wow. This is now considerable. I would not be surprised today to see a flash flood emergency. I would not be surprised today. Alright, let's go back south to the Houston radar on this severe thunderstorm warning. We still have a smaller hail core than what we have been averaging from this cell, but still something that needs to be watched real closely. We're going to see if we have anything in between the lightning, but we really don't. The cell is rotating in to the north of Lufkin. There is some broad rotation with that, but let's take a look at that on here. If I can click the Great Radar. See right there, that's your hook. You do have a little broad rotation just ahead of it. Just a broad rotation. And we do have our first tornado warning here. This one, I just said it was rotating. Mildly surprises me. It mildly surprises me that this was tornado warned. Really surprises me. But here we are with a tornado warning. I'm waiting for the thing. Okay. So here's your tornadic rotation right here, just to the north of Chirino. If I'm saying that wrong, please forgive me. I don't know this area well. It's your tornadic rotation right there in that circle. This is going to be tracking up to the northeast, so let's go ahead and get a storm track from it. Okay, that makes life easier. Oh. The aliasing has been not working for me. Alright, this is going to be in Newville in about 30 minutes. This will cross into Shelby County in about 23 minutes. Not even that, like 18 minutes, 19 minutes. This is your second tornado warning of the day, third, fourth maybe. I don't exactly know the count. So this is your first tornado warning of the day. And I think first of many. There you go. It's down there now. So, Shelbyville, Center, you guys need to go ahead and be in your tornado safe place. Center, you should be fine. However, you are in the tornado warning, so Southern Centerville, you are in the tornado warning. You want to be in your tornado safe place right now. You have a little time to grab the helmets, grab the mattresses. Newville and Shelbyville, you guys want to watch this as it comes up. It's getting enough inflow from the out. outside of it. And we do have that broad rotation here. See some gate to gate there. We don't see a correlation coefficient drop. Correlation coefficient goes from 1 to 0, rain, or equal to. So you usually have raindrops raindrops are usually the same size, so it correlates perfectly. So you'll see the this is one of the rare times rare products you see the higher near 1 to be exact. But as you start going into the not so how do I put this? Not so correlated or not about the same size, and you're starting to see different types of debris or leaves or something, you can see a CC drop. That's what we call CC, or correlation coefficient drop. I'll have a better way to explain it tomorrow. For tomorrow's stream, if I get to stream. Hoping the stream can be after 4. So this is the cell we are watching really closely. At 7:43, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 8 miles southwest of Martinsville, or 18 miles east of Nacogdoches, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes could be damaged or destroyed. Mobile homes are the worst place to be in a tornado. And I mean the absolute worst place to be in a tornado is a mobile home. Your rotation has weakened, by the way. So, you have some rotation there. And the lower precip of it. Yeah, that's some rotation there. Just had to confirm it. See, it's not contamination or something from the storm itself. Let's go back to the Houston radar. That cell we were watching has pretty much started going more north. Watching this one closely as well for the hail and a potential tornado threat to ramp up with it as well. Wrong radar. At radar. Okay, I don't see anything on Twitter from the hail reports. I scan Twitter to see storm chaser reports as well. That way, okay, I can say if we have a storm chaser confirming this or not. Excuse me, I'm dealing with allergies today. Weather here can't make up its mind if it wants to be really hot or really, really cold. So I'm in a battle zone. It sucks. Let's go back down to the Houston radar here. Still seeing that tighten up, and maybe starting to see some rotation with this. As I think near Angleton, you have a better environment in Angleton, that's for sure. You have the better environment there. So this is your only, we do only have one tornado warning active, which is really good. I'm watching this cell. As it starts to come closer in towards Angleton, I do feel like we see the tornado potential with it really ramp up. Yeah, it's a rotation right here on this cell. I'm just not convinced a tornado warning should be, but hey. It's a tornado warning, so you guys need to be near a safe place. Torino, stay in your safe place for about 5 minutes. You guys should be able to come out in about 5 minutes. Excuse me. This severe thunderstorm. Excuse me. The severe thunderstorm warning that is just right here for parts of Center and Newville. Does have that tornado possible tag. That's I think that right now is sufficient. Again, National Weather Service issues the tornado warning. We're gonna go with what they think. But in my opinion, though, I just don't see it. I do see that. That is really concerning. I would not be surprised to see a severe thunderstorm warning from about Kingston or Forbing on down to Stanley. I would not be surprised to see this area get warned here soon for some damaging wind. I really would not be surprised. Storm Chaser I'm watching is not on this exact, so I'm going to see who is really quickly, so give me 1 second. I'm going to see who is on this cell, if any, at that. Alright, I'm going to do it through weather-wise, so I can see about who's on it. Not radar scope. Spider network will work, I guess. Okay, Brad Arnold is on it. I should probably be watching Brad Arnold, but I wasn't. We do have a new extension to the tornado warning. Not tornado warning, excuse me, severe thunderstorm warning. Down near Victoria. We're going to go take a look at that really quickly. If I can click on the right radar. I struggle with that. Alright, West Columbia, Old Ocean, Sweeney, and Brazoria. You guys are now in the severe thunderstorm warning for 1 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Go back to your tornado warning here. Which is getting more pushed off to the east than northeast. I do think they dropped the tornado warning here shortly. Or I personally expect them to anyways. Doesn't mean they will, but I'm just not seeing the rotation I once was with this cell. Looking at it on a different radar to confirm I'm just not going crazy. This will give us a better look. That's your rotation right there. It's moving off currently right about this way. With the front pushing through, I think that front may undercut the cell or try to undercut it. Currently your front is located along this area. I wouldn't be surprised if it tries to cut this cell off from tornado genesis. I am also watching these prefrontals. I have an area here that may support tornadoes. However, organized tornadoes, I'm not surprised by that news for this morning. I'm just surprised it wasn't for that before that. But I am not surprised by the severe thunderstorm warning there. Okay, that was the special weather statement they let go. Okay, I don't see any reports coming from it. Okay, I'm done looking at that. That's a new flash flood warning. Until 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I'm gonna turn down my light just a little more. Sorry guys, it is bright. If my face looks really dim, just let me know and I'll fix it. But it's your new flash flood warning. Let's go back down to this tornado warning. some broad, I mean really, really broad rotation there. I do expect the tornado warning to be canceled. I just don't see it being continued at this point in time. As we go further south, though, we are starting to see this tighten up. Right in here. I'm starting to see some rotation starting to pick up right there. And this is only 4,000 feet from the radar, so I would not be surprised if it starts to try. It would not surprise me at all if this one, like I said, probably near Angleton, it'll really have its act together if it does. That is honestly my opinion. I had called the rotation out when it was like right there. And then the rotation, the tornado warning was issued. But right now that rotation, I just want to make sure I wasn't really undercut. And then you had another spot go up there, which it makes sense for that northern part of it. But right now, as I see it, I just don't have confidence in a tornado warning. But is some rotation right there. I just don't see the tornado warning being continued. What? Alright, Shreveport. They just extended the tornado warning, I think. I am 99% sure I just saw them extend the tornado warning. It said new. I'm gonna confirm the Radar Omega. Not Radar Omega, Radar Scope. No, they did move the warning box. So I'm guessing it's the rotation that I was seeing right here that they're issuing for. Newville, I don't know why you're tornado warned. Center, I don't see the reason you guys are warned. I think you guys come out of your trying to safe place. If you are along, confirm this before I say that. If you are Newville to the north, you guys come out of your trying to safe place. Newville to the north. There's your special weather statement, which I did expect to be a severe thunderstorm warning, but I still expect a severe thunderstorm warning. But at this time, wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour and pea-sized hail. That is what that is for. I'm going to refill my cup really quickly. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, everyone. I just had an update. Today we are not using my normal pitcher. Coffee pot. This is just water. Just my pitcher that I use broke. So, we're using, broke today while I was trying to fill it up. So we are now using a, coffee pot to hold cold water. Gotta do what you gotta do. let's get back to covering this tornado warning. It's your tornadic rotation right here, just to the west of Patroon. I'm gonna move that up just a bit. Give me a sec. It's your tornadic rotation right there. Sorry guys, I have some allergies today. That's the only thing I can think of at this point, keeping that tornado warning in place. I'm trying to see something. It's not showing up there, so I'm gonna have to see if it's here. So the tornado, there's an extension, severe thunderstorm warning, kind of encasing a part which I thought would be severe warned. This does not mean that the tornado warning will be canceled. Okay, I don't see anything concerning from that storm south. Okay, but I do see this cell starting to get in that area where it's either going to die or it's going to explode. Like I said, angle 10 is where I think we'll see it explode if it's going to explode. And if it's not, it'll die by angle 10. Some still broad tornadic rotation. I call it out in the radar updates. If you are anywhere north of that line, you guys come into your tornado safe place. Anywhere north of that line, northwest, northwest of that line, you guys come into your tornado safe place. The rotation is going to be off pretty much along Texas Highway 87. So that you guys come out of your tornado safe place. Patroon, Goober Hill, Huxley. I wouldn't be surprised if they issued another tornado warning, but I would also be surprised if they do. If that makes any sense. I'm just not seeing where the tornado warning is currently warranted. I mean, yes, you do have some really broad rotation, but I just don't think it's tornado criteria at this time. Again, National Weather Service has that tornado warning, so if you are in south of this, I'm pretty sure I did the line about right there. You guys come into your safe place if you are that line, north of that line there. You guys come into your tornado safe place. They will indeed cancel that tornado warning. So we now only have a severe thunderstorm warning. I'm going to show the text off to you guys real quickly. The storm which prompted the warning has moved out of the area, therefore the warning has been canceled. However, gusty winds and heavy rain are still possible with this thunderstorm. I'm going to move that back over here really quickly. I keep it on my other screen so it doesn't take up on this screen, because I'll report what I see from that. So again, we do not have a tornado warning active at this time anymore. They did cancel it. Everyone from that red polygon that I was talking about, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for where I thought we were going to originally have a severe thunderstorm warning. I'm surprised it took that long for the severe thunderstorm warning there to be issued. This does go from Elm Grove to Bineville, Homer. That is your new severe thunderstorm warning here. We're focused on this main area here. Also watching this as it's starting to really take on a more hook here. As we see that. I just refreshed the thing down there. Oh no, I think it's... Okay, there we go. Yeah, I see that tornado warning is not there anymore. So it is canceled. We're watching these cells right now. I'm going to take a look at the latest HRRR. Kind of see what the progression of these cells could be like. Considering this is 0Z, we don't have a tornado warning, so I'm going to show this off. Oh no. I found it. You were seeing me do this live, so excuse me. What? Give me 1 second. I gotta move this up quite a bit. That looks a lot better. I'll have to adjust this at a later time. Alright, here we go. So, this is 0Z, which is usually accurate. So far, it is handling future radar just perfectly thus far. So I am going to put some trust into this. So 7Z would be 1 a.m. when the tornado watch expires. personally, I don't see that tornado risk in central Mississippi. All right, this is where I am interested in. I'm gonna change sector. Okay, I'll look at this area here. So for tomorrow, we have that morning stuff come through. So you're going to have 2 bands of storms in Alabama. While we don't have a tornado warning, I can do this. Okay, I perfected that. All right. We see that first band move through. We see some daytime heating and potential a tornado. I don't think it's going to be a 5% tomorrow. But we could see a tornado threat right here in specific tomorrow. Okay, you guys can see that. And then weather calms down. So we have dropped a severe thunderstorm warning. The occasional tornado. Alright, so I personally do not see. This is at midnight tonight. I think about 10, 11 o'clock is your I just want to see how that cluster down there acts. Right down here. I hope you guys can see it. Yeah, you guys can see it right there. I want to see how that acts. If HRRR handles that correctly, by about 10 p.m., we'll stay live probably until 2 a.m. But, here's a big but. If HRRR does not handle that at that, like this, we'll probably end around 10 o'clock. This is at 1 o'clock when that tornado warning expires. What? 1 second, guys. Please don't open over here. Thank you. And then tomorrow, because I do have to make a weather outlook for tomorrow as well. I don't have to, but I'm going to try to. Now this is one weather model. I want wrap. 21Z. I'm going to take a proximity sounding from wrap, because I'm curious. Okay, your wind shear sucks, according to wrap, by the way. I'm going to go to 0Z now. I'm going to take a proximity sounding right there. This just tells me what I can expect. You definitely have okay. That is a perfect view for you guys. We have some decent cape there. So you got some decent cape and you have some okay wind shear. At about that time. So that gives me confidence. They dropped the severe thunderstorm warning here, so that tells me what I need to know about that cell. We do have this severe thunderstorm warning, though. I do see the pockets of rotation in it. I'm just curious. So you guys got to see kind of what I'm thinking here based off the latest. Okay, okay. I just had to confirm something. When I'm looking at my side screen, I'm looking at a lot of stuff. I could be looking at chat. I could be looking at the amount of warnings, which we don't have a lot today. Which is really good news. I am so thankful that doesn't match up. That would be horrible if that one matched up. These are your only severe thunderstorm warnings. That cell, the cell died. That's the best way I can put it. The cell died. I personally don't see that tornado threat as I did earlier. I'm going to take a look at something on my side screen from Pivotal. No, we're going to go Pivotal Weather. I just want to confirm what I'm thinking. Okay. I'm going to take 0ZH with some trust right now. Usually I do trust 0Z. Okay. We should see an uptick around 9:30 if we have an uptick. If we don't, that'll be perfect. Right now, I still have this area in a decent chance of a tornado. Um, Okay, so that's my analysis on that. It's definitely an area I'm watching for tornado potential tonight. After we pass that, probably around 10:30, 11 o'clock, we'll see that die off, I do think. Storm Chaser is probably about to end his chase tonight. I'm watching. Nice. Well, there's not really much to talk about with these specific cells because the wind threats there from. And in that area, you could see a pocket of rotation or two, but I'm just not seeing that many of them. Or that would signify to me that a tornado is possible. Just because there's a velocity signal does not mean there's a tornado potential on it. Okay, I just don't see it anymore like I used to. I'm gonna try to upgrade my thumbnail game for you guys so you guys can see like the exact locations, especially on mobile. I don't see it good on mobile. TV, you can see it perfectly. We do have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings active. These are your 3 warnings here. Excuse me. Whew. That probably didn't sound good. Let's go back to the Houston radar. Watching this cell may get severe warned soon. This cell has pretty much died. So we only have a couple cells here. While we're doing that, I do have to do some stuff on my side screen. I'm gonna let it take up half of my screen here. So I'm going to be looking at my side screen a lot. So please excuse that fact. Okay, desktop audio is muted. Perfect. while we're here, I've got stuff I gotta do on my side screen. So you guys are gonna see me look over there a lot. However, we're gonna be doing a lot of weathering as well. I'm just gonna have to look at my side screen a little bit more than I'd like to tonight. That is nothing. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Also, I'm going to... So I see a lot of space, so I'd rather look more professional. So excuse me the fact of my side screen looks right now. And I'm watching this area right here. There's a lot of storms up cutting it. We're gonna go to Capo radar here. We're watching how this progresses. We're watching this. It is definitely not progressing how a triple R thought, so take it with a grain of salt right now. These may be your problem causers. Those might do your tornadoes today. You are still looking at 6,000 feet. As we do get closer to the radar, though, we will see that kind of get lowered. But right now, I'm not seeing many rotation spots. That does look like an area that may be trying to rotate. Up here, I don't have anything. We do have, I'm going to bring this up here, some wind right in that area, though, that I'm watching. That's why this is severe warned. That's exactly why that is severe warned here. So one second, I'll get back to this. Okay. We're mostly right now looking for areas of rotation. Pleasant Hill, though, you guys need to be inside. Excuse me. Alright. We are seeing wind coming up towards Bronson, Pineland, and Brookland. we're watching that as well. You guys have probably been hearing what I've been doing off screen for quite a while. So we're going to so we're looking at this, and we're going to go back south. There is a special weather statement on this cell here, and I personally would not be surprised to see it get severe warned. This is becoming a mess. So um and you try to do it so you can't really. Sorry. So we're also watching this. I do expect it near Batson and Saratoga to get severe warned, as these cells are right now. So, with these severe thunderstorm warnings, 60-mile-per-hour winds on each of them, and 1-inch hail, except with this southern one. There's your new severe thunderstorm warning, which I was expecting. Alright. This new severe thunderstorm warning is still tornado possible tag. You can have spin up in these. This is why they are just going to keep that tornado possible tag in it. Small hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. It's that we're starting to move out of the area where hail is likely. We're also going to watch this here for special weather statement. I'm going to go ahead and transfer headsets so I can listen to what I'm doing on my side screen. Watching this area near Zoll, that to me looks very starting to look like it's starting to pick up. with this. So, all right, let's go to the northern portion of this, and then we're going to take a look back at the other cell that I'm starting to think has a little bit more, what do I call it? It's starting to gain traction. I'm kind of talking ahead of myself. That's where I'm going wrong right now. I'm trying to talk ahead of what my mind is thinking slower than what I'm saying. If that makes any sense at all. I'm going to be switching front headphones pretty often, so just be aware. So let's go take a look at that severe thunderstorm warning. Not severe thunderstorm warning. Special weather statement until till 9 p.m. I'm going to have to take a restroom break in just a minute. I'm going to go take my restroom break just really quickly. I will be right back. I am sorry about that, everyone. I just needed to use the restroom. Alright, let's get back to streaming. The area I was watching kind of died off a little bit. Which is really, really good. I'm going to turn down my main audio so you guys don't have to hear what I'm doing on my side screen. I'm sorry about this, everyone. trying to switch back over to these. I do have some, yeah, that'd be a little bit of rotation right there. Watching that right there for some rotation, just south of Pleasant Hill, west of Belmont. So we're west of Belmont here on this. Also seeing a little bit of rotation there. Sorry, I do expect that special weather statement to be so looking at this cell, this one here, I do see some rotation really starting to pick up just to the southwest of Belmont. I'm starting to think this may trigger a tornado warning soon. It does show on reflectivity. Sorry about that, everyone. I need to do that. Ignore what's happening behind me. Just ignore what's going on behind me right now. I'm gonna try to talk over it. That is contamination if I've ever seen it. Wow, that is some really good contamination. We're watching this area of rotation right here, just to the southwest of Belmont. I do think a tornado warning is potential on it. So there is potential for a tornado warning on the that. That is the only area I see right now. Okay. Oh.
Okay, I've got the heat.
Alright. Sorry about that. They were just letting me know the heater is about to come on. Because my room, I am like right next to the heater, so it gets really hot in here. So I may have to open my door in just a minute. There we go, I got that done. Sorry about this, everyone. I am literally watching some course I need to take for school. That's why I'm focusing on that. I have to take this course for school. The rotation is also fizzled out pretty much, and that's likely with cells like this. Yeah, it died off. So we only have these 3 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. I'm not expecting a tornado warning from that anymore at this time. But I will watch this area because it is starting to there you go. National Weather Service has just issued a tornado warning, so my work over here is going to be delayed off. We do have a new tornado warning, as I was talking about with that cell. I'm gonna take these off now that the tornado warning was issued. This storm concerns me the most right now. I'm gonna turn off my brightness so you guys can actually see me. So this one concerns me the most right now. We have had some really tight rotation that looked like contamination. I guess the aliasing just wanted to quit here. The tornado warning was just issued here at approximately 56. So about a minute ago, we do have this tornado warning, and this does go until 9:45. So again, this new tornado warning here does include Pleasant Hill. Pleasant Hill, though, you can be out of your tornado safe place. It is not currently affecting you. You guys are past the point of rotation, so you guys are fine to come out of your safe place. But any towards Hannah, Lakeland, Allen, Powhatan, and Camp T. You guys are under this tornado warning as well right now. This tornado warning does include the potential for a zero, a small hail. And also, we do have an issue with our main breaker, so we are testing that out to see, kind of what is the issue with it. There it goes, it's off. We're watching this cell as it moves up towards Lake End. It does have some rotation in it right now. You still have some really tight rotation up here. I'm just going through and cycling. These are your only 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. The southern one here has been canceled. While we have this view, let's go down to the Houston radar to kind of see what's happened. This Angleton has died off. There's a warm nose there. That's the reason that did not pop off. I didn't know if it could break that warm nose or not, so I kept it there. But right now we are tracking this tornado warning. Oh, we do have some decent rotation. As it moves up to Lake Enid in about 15 or so minutes. Right now. It definitely doesn't look as significant, thankfully. Yeah, the person talking behind me is some of them. Alright. So with this tornado warning here, we do see, again, some 2 areas of rotation I'm looking at right now. Ignore that. I'm going to take a look at Twitter here and see what's happening with this cell. Excuse what you're hearing behind me, please. I have someone over at my house right now. Well, my dad does, whatever, same thing. We do see, this area right here. I'm watching that area in specific. That I just don't know if it'll be able to. I just don't know if it'll be able to drop a tornado at this time. I I don't have confidence that it can at this time. Let's take a look at SPC mesoanalysis. As you can see, I'm trying to talk ahead of myself, so. Well, I'll probably have to turn on my audio in just a minute. SPC mesoanalysis. So we're going to take a look at the surface vorticity. Again, I'm going to go here so you guys can see this and understand it a lot easier. Okay, so your red lines here is 3 Cape. Your blue lines like that are your surface vorticity. There's a warm nose here preventing that from happening. You don't have incredible amounts of surface vorticity. And really your 3 Cape is lacking right here where that tornado warning is. But right there, that right there looks to be it. If you could get surface vorticity here and some storms ahead of it, you could see that tornado. Hope that helps. Hope that helps you guys. Rotation has kind of translated onto the southern side of it too. Still have some rotation. It's just broadened out significantly. Never mind. Prove me wrong. Maybe some little bit of rotation down here south of Coshada, but I'm not convinced that that'll do anything. This is the only severe. This is the severe portion of the line. Current time is 9:04. So this is our only. I'm trying to see if. Okay, this is your only severe thunderstorm warning. So we do have tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings. I do. The flash flood, considerable flash flood warning. Does remain in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Okay, perfect. I don't have to talk so loud. Sorry about that, everyone. We're watching this storm here. Rotation right there. That is honestly your rotation right as of now. I wouldn't be surprised if Marthaville actually tries to tighten up here. That would not surprise me at all. Yep, that's okay. I try to confirm that what I'm seeing is rotation. Let's go back down to the Houston radar just really quickly. We're going to have to switch radars here soon. So there's a warm nose in this area, preventing things from happening. Personally, this is my opinion. If the if the outlooks came at 8, I think you would have seen that tornado threat drop. I'm personally thinking about doing another forecast, dropping my tornado to 2%. With this tornado warning, though, I'm just watching this area specifically, just on northwest of Marthaville. This does not translate. That is just your winds in the storm itself. That is not translating to any rotation or anything of that nature. We're gonna see how HRRR performs in just a minute. I'm curious to how well it performed today. How well it'll perform. I know yesterday is 0Z HRRR, or technically yesterday's. I'm trying to think here. This tornado warning does remain in effect. Pleasant Hill, you do not need to be in your tornado safe place. That tornadic rotation has passed you. Pleasant Hill, there is potential for you guys to have nothing. The potential for you is over. Is what I'm trying to get at. That's what I'm trying to get here. Is your potential has pretty much gone as of now. Again, once that passed you, it was over for you. So your only severe warned cell, and it is tornado warned at this time. So please be in your tornado safe place right now if you are mildly if you are in the path of this. Lake End, you guys are in the path of this. Your rotation, multiple areas of rotation. You'll see one pop up and fizz out. I'm starting to see this area trying to pop up here. Also, maybe some rotation right here. Again, this is your only severe thunderstorm warning, by the way. So, with this tornado warning here, if you are, let me switch colors here. If you are west of that blue line, you guys can come into your tornado safe place. Probably in about 10 minutes, I will be able to say I-49 can come out of the safe place in 10 minutes. But if you are west of this blue line, you guys can come into your safe place for now. Not even for now. The second that the storms pass you, your threat is over for tornadoes today. Watching that area of rotation right there and rotation right over Lake End. So those are the two areas in this tornado warning I'm looking at right now. Sorry about that. We may be live tomorrow. We may not be able to be live tomorrow. Okay. So I got pinged on Twitter again. It's stupid, but at least the problem was resolved finally. These prefrontals are what I was worried about. I'm going to take a look again at SPC mesoanalysis. This is for my personal look here. Kind of what these... Personally, it looks like a low cape, moderate shear. Alright, there you go. Pleasant Hill, you guys come into your tornado safe place. They have also excluded DeSoto County. So DeSoto County, you're done with it. Hannah, you're still in this tornado warning down to Allen. You guys are in that tornado warning. Nacogdoches, you guys should be fine. You guys are going to have a severe thunderstorm warning with a potential tornado, but you guys are not in this tornado warning. I repeat, you guys are not in this tornado warning. So you guys just need to be indoors due to the severe thunderstorm that should roll through your area within about 30 minutes or so. But with this in mind, you're not in the tornado warning. There's a little rotation there, and that's it to me. My other location died out. I'm going to say that, and it's going to update. That's how it always is. It'll update when I say something like that. So far for the stream, we've only had 2 tornado warnings, which is really good. A lot less than I was personally expecting today. I was expecting quite a few more. So again, we are not tornadic anymore. We are not as tornadic as we thought we would be today. My first forecast that was issued like last night definitely did not verify. Neither of my forecasts really verified, honestly. Except my original one that I had Houston here. That kind of verified. I think I had Houston like a 2 or whatever. Let me see. What did I have their tornado potential as? Or like early this morning. Which is when I get to do a lot of this stuff because I'm busy most of the time. Let me see. I'm just curious what potential I had on it. I only had a 2 for that. So, personally, when I forecast, I try to make it clear that my forecast is not official, and it is not by the Storm Protection Center, because I do use kind of similar graphics, but definitely use different wording when it comes to that. So, what I mean, I'm going to show you one of my outlooks in just a second. I'll show you guys the tornado outlook of it. You know what, I'll show the convective. After the tornado warning, though. I'll show it after. So you guys can get an idea as to kind of what, what's different from my forecast. I don't get to do them often because half time I'm school with busy, busy with school. I have like a lot of homework, specifically weather homework, because I'm trying to learn math. I suck at math, and I'm going to be in a career field with a lot of math, so I'm trying to fix that. So that's why I don't get to issue them often. Right now, as of 9:11 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 11 miles south of Coshada, which would have been that. Right now, it is here along Louisiana 480. It's still weak enough. I don't think this tornado warning will stick around probably much more than 9:30, if that. Wish we had a good view of it, but we don't. Like a traffic camera or something, that would be lovely to have on this cell right now. Also, let's go south to Houston area. They have shear, but instability slacking in that area. So I'm kind of curious as to how that performs. Excuse me, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna look at my side screen just for a minute. I'm gonna scan Twitter, see if we got anything coming from this storm here. I know I've called out a specific city and I cannot find this city. Bossier City. That's what I'm looking for. So give me 1 second while I try to... You know what? Never mind. I don't care. Let's go back to this tornado warning. Significant flooding in Bossier City. Can I stop being pinged on Twitter, please? I'm literally being asked on a matter that right now doesn't concern me. Sorry about that. It's frustrating. Alright. I don't see anything on Twitter about this storm here. There is broad rotation right here on the northern portion of this. Very weak. Again, I don't expect this tornado warning to stick around much longer, as I was saying. There you go. Tornado warning has been canceled. Okay, with this in mind, if you guys are wondering why I'm being pinged on Twitter, I'm not going to name drop. If you have even been on Twitter at all in the weather community, someone ran a red light. And someone was asking, people are, specifically one person, it's not even people at this point, asking for my opinion on it. They're asking for my opinion on it. If you are watching this stream, my opinion is we should learn from 2017 Weather Channel incidents. Ran a red light, and there were multiple people that didn't make it out of that. We need to keep that in mind. But that tornado warning has been canceled. So we are now down to this severe thunderstorm warning. That does expire in 8 minutes, and I do have a feeling we'll get an extension. I personally think the extension would be for the tornado threat. Personally, I think that's what your warning would look like. I cannot say that's what your warning will look like, but that's what I'm kind of going with if they reissue for that. I don't see anything to the north or south that warrants it kind of being extended much more than that right there. So, but we do have this special weather statement here that might get its own severe thunderstorm warning pretty soon. The rogue supercell threat is still there tonight. However, the modest, I wouldn't even say modest, I'd say horrible instability undercuts that. Um, it's a matter right now of, can the wind shear overset your personally, I think 002Z HRRR should be taken with a grain of salt. That is my personal opinion on that matter right now. It's just not looking like it should. Now, with us being tornado warning list, I am going to pay a little bit more attention off onto my side screen. Just be aware. Um, I am watching this area near Camp Petey or south of Powhatan for the potential of another tornado warning. Right now, it is not set in stone. It is starting to just become more um, it's becoming more tornadic at this time. But I don't see it getting warned at this time. I do want to get another update, and then we will go south for that. So, yeah. I think it might try to tighten up here. Now let's go back south to the Houston radar. I'm thinking I can drop the Houston radar, and I'm going to drop it over here to Lake Charles. Just kind of make sure that none of these storms are trying anything. For right now, I don't need to do that. I just need, trying to do something on my side screen. Yeah, I don't need to do, so I'm going to go back over to my phone. It's audio. So, I'm just curious. Right here. There's a warm nose, so I don't expect anything tornadic out of that. But this is the only area that's the only area right now that I have concerns that might, and I say might, get tornado warned here tonight. Let's see. It's the only area that strikes me as plausible for a tornado warning right now. At this current time, that will change in time. You'll see another hot spot pull up, or another rotation spot pull up here. I will be right back in like 10-20 seconds. I gotta get something from my stand. Sorry, I need to get my remote. Looking for any storm chasers. I think if Brad Arnold maybe still streaming. Brad Arnold. Yes, he still is streaming. Though I'm pretty sure he's done chasing. I just wanted to see. Oh, with this in mind, your severe thunderstorm warning has been allowed to expire. I just want to put this in perspective. Now, we are currently without any severe warnings. No tornado warnings, no severe thunderstorm warnings. I just want to put that. So, if we can continue this trend probably for about 30 minutes, we will end stream. And I will monitor the situation and come back if needed. Right now, this is it. These are all your warnings. I usually don't show that, by the way. I used to. I don't know if it was this year or last year, when I decided it would be a lot better for me not to show it. Because it doesn't look too good right here, and it gives space for more radar. So again, with this in mind, we are still watching areas in this area for a few pockets of rotation. But right now, I'm going to check radar scope. I'm going to check radar scope. Give me 1 second. They have special weather statement to it, though, for 50 mile per hour winds and 0.25 inch hail. The SPC, I didn't notice this earlier, did issue a mesoscale discussion. I'm going to show this off really quickly. Bring that up there and then go to X so I can show the other portion of it. So you guys don't have to, so you guys can see the area. Oh, they only issued it 8 minutes ago. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and keep it here. Alright. Now I'm gonna look at it here so I can read off to you guys. Any supercell that can form in this area, or any supercell in this area, could produce a tornado. Severe threat is expected to spread across northern and portions of central Louisiana over the next 1 to 3 hours. With time, this activity should spread into western Mississippi. Low amplitude shortwave trough is approaching the lower Sabine River Valley per latest water vapor imagery. In response to this, a squall line has matured over the last few hours, extending from St. Augustine County, Texas to Bienville Parish, Louisiana. Several smaller bow-like structures have developed and accelerated a bit in response to the strengthening mid-level flow. This linear MCS, or mesoscale convective system, is expected to advance across the remainder of northern or central Louisiana by midnight to 1 a.m., spreading into portions of western Mississippi where the warm front gradually lifts north. There is some concern that this activity may remain organized as it exits the northern corner of Weather Watch 639, which is the tornado watch that is in effect in that area. If air mass destabilization is adequate downstream, a new watch may be warranted. Tornado risk continues with any supercells and circulations within the squall line. Localized damaging winds may be noted ahead of any fast-moving bow echoes. That's what this says, pretty much. You can see concerning tornado watch number 639 right here. That's what that means. And I'm going to zoom out before my Twitter is just filled up. Again, you're not going to see the special weather statements on here just yet. Give them like 6 to 8 minutes. I'm trying to avoid using that phrase because I am annoyed by it. But, really good news that we're not seeing that it currently organized as it could be. Switch off to CAPO radar, which is a radar I've tried to use multiple times. Okay, that is nothing of importance right now. We will try to live stream tomorrow as well, because there is a 5% tornado risk as well. I'll just analyze things tomorrow and see where we wind up. Let's switch back over to Shreveport radar. We've been using this specific radar. I think I'm going to drop LCH radar and just keep these two radars. Yes, my background is May 6th. The May 6th high risk. I'm probably going to change that to May 19th, 2025, which was a really good day for me. To me, that seems like a good idea. What do you guys think? Do you guys like that background right there? Because you guys see it off and on sometimes. There's your special weather statement. It finally got over here to this. Or would May 19th look better? I'm just kind of gonna ask you guys, since we are currently severe warning lists. We are genuinely severe warning lists, which is really good news. Let me bring up May 19th. It was my first moderate risk chase, so I'm tempted to put it up there too. This is the like 1 a.m. update, 2 a.m. whatever. This was for May 19th. This is not active. This is no way active. Hold up. Let me make that very clear. May 19th. Oh, May 19th. Not active. That way we know this is not active. Because when I show things like this, it usually means it's active, but it's not here. So, which one would you prefer? That one or that one? Alright, now I can do that. Because I don't want to keep that up too long, because it is, well, a day in the past and not active. I actually didn't capture a tornado that day. Let me see, do I have footage of it on my computer? If not, where would I get the footage? I do have footage of my storm chase. I have very little footage because I didn't see a tornado. Yeah. I'll try to show it at some other point, but I think I was within a quarter mile of some rapid rotation. I was positioned in Dustin, Oklahoma at that point. This is about 3:30, I'm thinking. Probably by 4:30, I should have went south towards a McAllister area where the EF3 happened. And I thought about it, but I also didn't exactly want to do it yet. Because I wanted to see if that storm near Ada was going to come up towards us, which it didn't. It was the one that produced the massive EF3 in Pittsburgh, Oklahoma that day. I definitely learned trust your gut when you're storm chasing. 71. Just broken. We do know that is United States 71. Just a random 71 there. Right now we don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings. Watching that area right there. Maybe a small spin up possible there. And now let's switch over to CAPO radar. I'm just curious. This is the closest radar to this. We're finally able to use this radar. After all day of not being able to use it, we're finally able to use it. We don't have any rotation or any significant rotation pockets on that, which is really good news. Also a radar hole like from Richard County to Warren County. Up towards this area. I remember covering that tornado, the Rolling Fork tornado last year. That definitely wasn't my best coverage, but wasn't my worst. I actually have that still up, I think. I don't know. I may have deleted it. Watching right here, we do have a pocket of rotation trying to develop right there. Let's see what happens to it. If it continues for about another scan, I'll start zoning in on it a little more than what I am right now. I'm going to show off my, what was I was going to do this earlier, but then that tornado warning was issued. I've kind of forgotten what I was going to do, what I was going to show. Please don't open over here. Please. Thank you. Oh, okay. I've kind of forgot, which is okay. I do think, kind of based off of what we're seeing, this may get a severe thunderstorm warning soon. Other than that, I don't see anything here getting severe warned within the next 20 minutes or so. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go into standby mode probably about 10 o'clock. That way I can complete the work I need to work without being distracted. I'm watching right here as well. That's concerning. Let's take a look at it on CAPO. Shreveport will find a way to be closer. Nothing translated at the bottom. Never mind. That is nothing. Which is really good. I don't see any of this getting severe warned anytime soon right now. Only place I could think would be... Sorry, I have to... Would be for that right there. That is the only place right now I'm thinking may get a severe thunderstorm warning. Right find out where Brad Arnold's at. It is 60 degrees and 60-degree dew point. That ain't good. That kind of tells me. I'm gonna take a look at surface obs in that area. I'm curious. Today, my risk today definitely didn't verify. I'm going to show it off in a minute. Surface observations. Okay, so here you go. Here's your surface observations. Oh, this is going to be fun. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. Thank you, Kyred. So we have a warm front. You got 65 degree here. Let me change colors. I'm gonna have to get unique with this one. Okay, that looks good. Oh, we have the warm front right now is situated right within this area here. It's going to lift a little bit more north as we go through the day. Honestly, it's extending down there as well. Your front, which is controlling this line here, extends down to here. With the rain-cooled air, you have a 61 degree. That was a small pop-up cell, so I do think you could see that rebound to about 65, which would kind of tell me the tornado threat there is possible with any prefrontal cell or rotation in the line. But right now, just where these storms are, it's cool. It's not really perfect. Especially in Winfield, Louisiana, which I don't know where that is. Let me take a look. I just want a map, please. I've been staring at it this whole time. Lovely. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. So it is 60 degrees just ahead of this line, which is good for the fact that your tornado potential is going to be really low as the line moves through. Again, once this line moves through, you're done. You may have to deal with the flooding. Give me 1 second. You may have to deal with the flooding problems from this. Let me switch back to my coloring. It's fun having to switch through all these colors. This is your only warning that is considerable. Technically not even considerable, it's just a warning. A regular base flash flood warning. Which doesn't surprise me here. Pretty sure a shower is about to be taken right behind me. Just be aware. So, using GR2 Analyst, that is the only warning that pops up. So it's the only warning that could cause damage to life and property. Taking away your trash cans. That is always fun. I should have some damage photos from a tornado I chased back in Oklahoma. Let me see if I do really quickly. We genuinely don't have any severe warnings, so I'm not looking at any areas of rotation along this line. I don't know. Do I? Or is it a delusion? It's April 2nd. I gotta go March 4th. March 15th. I'm gonna show it off here. This was a EF1 tornado damage. I didn't see the tornado, but apparently I was 1/4 of a mile away from the tornado. Yeah, 1/4 of a mile. I had to think about this. This was a down power line, and right to the south of that was inflow winds. I'm trying to was inflow winds right here. Sorry, it's like this. I was thinking this on my phone. You can see how the wind tunneled into it. That was from outflow from the cell. That was really cool to look at. And that chase was literally right before school at around 4:30 in the morning. Most of my chases have been at night. I've not had 4 chases in the daytime, so. But with this line here, I'm just not seeing the severe potential in the near term. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at mesoanalysis, see what we think. I should probably keep it zoomed out and then just do it like this. Oh no. You can see my old formula. There we go. Alright. We're going to take a forecast point here. Not a lot of cape. You do have enough wind shear that will drive your tornado potential. There's not a lot of cape. And take it up here closer to the Mississippi line. So I'm adjusting that for you guys. I could have done that whole time, by the way. I'm not smart. There we go. That looks a lot better. You guys can actually see stuff. Surface-based cape at 0. Just understand right in front of that. 4. Okay, yeah, your tornado threat's pretty much non-existent. If you do see a tornado, it'll probably be here. I've lost all hope here in a tornado there. With this, I do have some work I gotta get done. I'm gonna go into standby mode just in case something does happen here tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for trusting me tonight. With that, I'm going to be in standby mode. You guys catch me on my socials. Instagram, KellyRose_WX. Twitter, KellyRoseWX. Facebook, KellyRoseWX. That's about all I use anymore. I don't really use Blue Sky much anymore. But, other than that, thank you guys for trusting me tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow for the 5% tornado risk in Alabama way before we end. I kind of forgot. I should probably go over that with you guys really quickly. I've already done that once, but it ain't gonna hurt to do it again. H-triple-R. Okay. For tomorrow, this is at 6 a.m. So at 6 a.m. you have a line of thunderstorms moving from northern Alabama to probably near Columbus. That will produce wind and maybe a little bit of hail as it moves through. At around 1, 2 o'clock, we start seeing cells fire off in Missouri. Not Missouri, wow, Mississippi. I'm getting those states mixed up today. And this will produce your tornado threat tomorrow. If they downgrade it, I probably won't go live. Let me see how they progress. Let's take a look at significant tornado parameter. Not for the fact of significant tornadoes. Okay. So I do think you have a tornado threat there with it. And according to... I'm going to have to pull this up. According to the Storm Prediction Center, which would line up with what I'm thinking, we see Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and Montgomery in this, as well as pretty much northern Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Meridian. So if they downgrade this, which I have a feeling they might, but I don't think they will. I just have a small feeling, but I don't think they will. If they downgrade it, you guys can catch it on Instagram most likely and Twitter. And you guys will be able to know if we're going live or not. So, thank you guys for tuning in. This is has been live storm coverage here for the past... I get to this radar. I'm going to stay live to see what that does really quickly. And that's brought some concern to me really quickly, but not a lot of concern. Stay live for the next 4 minutes just to make sure that that doesn't try to tighten up here. Sorry. Thought we were going to end right now, but I'll take a look at it on radar scope. I like radar scope as well. Okay, it is not rotating. That is a figment of the imagination. Didn't think it was, but that might try. I'm starting to think an outflow boundary is trying to present itself there. Alright, thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow, possibly. Until next time, peace out.